Hey guys, in this video we are focusing on performing calculations when the numbers are given in scientific notation. In order to accomplish this, we're going to go ahead and use a scientific calculator. I have my TI-83 set up here. The buttons that we use may be a little different on a calculator if you have a different model, but they should be quite similar. And if you don't have a scientific calculator, you can find versions online like the TI-83. Just a quick Google search will give you some options. Okay. Now, the important thing to pay attention to when you are entering numbers in scientific notation into your calculator is the special E key right here. Okay. For our purposes, the EE is going to be equal to times 10. So the times 10 part of any number will be represented by entering the E button. Okay, so for the first example, the way we would type this in would be the initial part 3, okay, then it would be E. Okay, we don't have to hit the times button because if you remember, E is equal to times 10. So it would just be 3. Then we have to hit the second key because the EE is a yellow button above the comma. 3E. Now we just need the exponent. In this case, it is a -6. So you'll hit the negative key at the bottom, followed by the 6. So taking a look at what we have so far, it was 3 times 10 to the -6th power. We have 3E, which is times 10 to the -6. Now this is a multiplication problem, so we just have to go ahead and key in the second term. This would be times, for the multiplication, 3, and then it's times 10 to the 9th. So times 10 is E, to the 9th, so 9. And if we hit enter at this point, we see that we get the value of 9,000. Now, it's a good idea whenever you are working problems where the terms are given in scientific notation to actually give the answer in scientific notation also. So if you recall from previous lessons, the way to go ahead and do this is you take a look from the left, and you know that your decimal has to go after that first non-zero number from the left. So we know our decimal is going to go here. Well, in the number 9,000, the decimal starts off here. So that's a movement of 1, 2, 3 places. So 9,000 is actually written as 9.000 times 10 to the third because of the 3 moves that we made. Okay. Now there is a shortcut. Your scientific calculator will have a mode key. If you go ahead and hit mode, you'll see this menu pop up. The calculator by default is in the normal setting, but the next one over, if you hit the right arrow, will put you into the scientific notation mode. So you hit enter, and then you can go ahead and just get back to your original screen, second quit. Now when we take the number 9,000 and we hit enter, it's going to represent it as 9 times 10 to the third, which is what we got. Okay. Now let's go ahead and try a division problem. These things work out exactly the same, except when we get to the point in between the terms, instead of striking the multiplication key, we're just going to use the divide key. So the first term is 6.8, so you'll type in 6.8. Remember, we don't use times, there's no 10. The times 10 part is the E key. So 6.8, second E, 9. The exponent is 9. And then we're going to go ahead and divide by the denominator. Divide by 2E, 5. When we hit enter, we see that because we are still in scientific notation mode, the answer is returned as scientific notation. So the answer for number 2 would be 3.4 times 10 to the fourth. Okay. If we needed this number in standard notation instead of scientific, it's a simple method to go ahead and get it back. You just go ahead into the mode key again, take it out of scientific notation, put it in normal, okay, quit it, And if I hit enter again, you'll see that our answer is 34,000.